Hello farmers and welcome back to the Mythical Woods. So last episode we were finishing up with an oat harvest in a field, but we got another field to get to, so let's tab on over right where I left it. Let's fire up the combine here and go over and start harvesting the other oat field, which will only take about a few minutes or so. And then we will bring everything down to the train station. Should be able to get all the crop into the grain trailer. That should not be an issue. And I don't think I'm going to re-drill these fields at all. And as a matter of fact, this will be actually the last episode I do on the Mythical Woods. Just don't really have nothing to work towards, and the only way to make a whole bunch of money real quick is using the production buildings out the quarry. Don't really feel like doing that because that just made way too much money way too fast, as I mentioned before. And by the time I get the money and be able to buy things or buy more land, make more land, we're not going to really have time to do anything here anyways from where we're currently at. And I was also thinking about, taking this a little bit more time away from Farming Simulator before 25 comes out, because when 25 comes out, I'm pretty sure for like the first week, 2 weeks or whatever, I'm going to be going pretty hard on it. So I don't want to wear myself out too much. So what does that mean for next week when the Mythical Woods episodes will be out? I'm not too sure. I might be doing SnowRunner. I could do ATS. There's a lot of other games that I could possibly play. I got some keys. I should look into some games, and maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe even some live streams. But yeah, undecided as of yet. So yeah, last episode of the Mythical Woods. I do like the map. There's just a few things that don't quite work out. As for the clay down at the quarry, that does not appear to work as intended. So be careful of that. As you may have saw in the live stream, I went down there. That was the clay. It seemed like it was the clay, and it didn't register as clay when we took it out of the ground. Maybe I'll just give it another chance because I used a belt system to pick it up. I wonder if I use a wheel loader with a bucket on it, and we'll go down there and give it a try. Also, the silo, as we saw last episode when I tried to put the grain in there, that silo doesn't even exist, really. It's just well, it's a placeholder, basically, is what it is. It doesn't appear to be usable, and I think when I went into the construction stage, I couldn't even sell it if I wanted to. I wonder if I used the map object hider mod. I wonder if that would hide it. But yeah, those are just a few things on the map. Other than that, I do like the map. It's one of those maps that allow you to expand if you want. There's plenty of forestry work that you could do. So, I mean, I could have seen myself, if I gave myself time, like a couple months to play this map, that we could expand. Of course, get a little bit bigger equipment. I don't want to get as big as we did, like on Oceanside Forest or Western Australia. Those fields, as much fun it is to harvest fields that size and seeing the amount of grain you're getting off them, and then of course when it comes time to sell the grain, all that money comes in. I mean, it does take more work to get a field done, and making episodes or videos on big fields like that, it's just a whole lot that goes on in between sometimes that you get to see. And of course I gotta do the work. But besides that, anyways, yeah, we're gonna try out just a few more things here. It'll probably be like, well, you may already know. You clicked on the video, maybe like a 20-minute video or something like that. But I wasn't sure last episode if this would be the last one, but I was thinking about it. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, let's just go ahead and take a little bit of time off. So next week, just the 3 episodes of Western Australia, which we are wrapping that one up as well. And then before you know it, 25 will be here. Am I going to get all this into the combine? The way the numbers are going up, it looks like I will. We may actually just start selling stuff here while we're at it as well. All the stuff at the sawmill I could put down to selling directly. But I would like to see how much money comes in, because also in the live stream, some of the numbers didn't add up for the gold and the brick production that we had. I think it said we had like $330,000 worth of material. Then I put it on direct sell, and I think we only got like 80,000. which is not quite what we should get. And before anyone says, well, you play in hard economy, if you direct sell, you're only supposed to get like 70% of the sales. We do run the production revamp mod, and I should get 90% of what the sale item is. So let's go ahead and let's look at the stock market page, as I call it. So I should get, well, that's going to be pretty easy. I should get, well, it says 100,000. So I should get 90% of that. I should get $90,000 from selling the planks and the furniture. So let's go down to, well, we're going to have to do all these, right, aren't we? So not wood chips, but planks, change output to selling, and then furniture to selling. All right, so there's that one. Let's come over to here to change output to selling and furniture to selling. And then this one right here, planks to selling, and then of course furniture to selling. We just sold them not long ago, so yeah, not a whole bunch there. I don't really have a whole bunch here to do either, but that's fine. Let's see, the combine. Let's go ahead and just we'll fold that auger pipe in, and we can leave it here. The residents of Mythical Woods can keep an eye on it. But let's go ahead and we'll bring this grain down to the train station. We could even sell it. May as well. Like I said, it's our last day here, so may as well go ahead and bring as much money as I can. Now, I'm not really doing it to pay off the loan, but we'll see how much we can pay off. I do have, or did have, a $300,000 loan, but that is now down to, because we have skipped a few months. Where are we at here? I owe $287,684, and currently we have $61,000. I am going to lease a wheel loader and a bucket because I do want to get down to the quarry just to test it for you guys in case you want to play this map moving forward. Because it'd be good to know if you could use the clay or not. I know about 3 weeks ago, or maybe sometime around there anyways, that, oh yeah, we do have these soybeans to harvest as well. All right, we got to harvest those. I almost forgot I had a soybean field still to harvest. There was an update to the map to fix the clay problem. I knew there was an issue with the clay problem because when I tested the map, I'm like, oh, I can't grab the clay. Must be I'm doing something wrong. I said, well, I'll figure it out by the time I get to it. Maybe I'll know how to take the clay up. And before I even got to the clay, well, the update said now you can get the clay out of the pit. So we did get it out, but it registered it as, I think, coal or something. Not really sure what it registered it as, but we'll have a look at it here soon. Oh yeah, so let's go ahead and we're going to advance time to the top of the hour, which is, oh, it's 3 more minutes. So all those productions from the sawmill should sell. And as we saw, 100,000, but I should get 90%. So I should get 90,000, which means we should go up to about $170,000, right? Like, I'm only at 109. All right, so it sold the furniture, but did not sell the planks. But even then, I really didn't get as much as the value should be. So I'm not really sure if it's the map that's causing it, or I'm not really sure what's going on there. Why didn't the planks on selling? Yes. Planks on selling. Where do I got all these planks not being sold? Is it the stock market page that's kind of screwed up? Because it said, oh, I may have some that are spawned. Yeah, they might actually be, it's showing me planks, but they might be in the trigger. The wood chips, you know what? Let's go ahead and just put that on. You know what? I'll leave the wood chips there. I'm not too concerned about the money. I was just trying to test some stuff out here. And yeah, it still seems like the money situation. Not too sure what's going on with the direct selling, but all right. Soybeans should be in September, so we got 1 month. All right, so we can advance until next month and harvest the soybeans. I mean, we're not. You saw the size of the field, and we all know soybeans don't harvest worth a darn. Let me just make sure soybeans are in September. I do believe they are. Calendar, that's what I need. Soybeans. Nope, they're in October. All right. Well, we can go on back. But before we do, because I do want to test it on out here, let's go ahead and get ourselves a wheel loader, shall we? Should be looking right at it somewhere. Wheel loaders, there we are. Don't need nothing too big. Top speed 24, 24, 24, 23. All right, we're just leasing it, so it's not that big of a deal. 12,800 to lease it. All right, because I do like the looks of the Volvo wheel loader a little bit better. And then back on out, and then go into here, wheel loader tools. And then did I activate the modded one? That holds 3,000. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That's 5,000. And of course we got 30. Boy, they don't make, what does that hold? That holds 10,000 liters. Does it do all this stuff? All right, that does all this stuff. So we will click on that and we will lease that. All right, let me tab through here. 14,000 in leasing fees just to test out to see if I pick it up with a bucket, does it register as clay? Or is it going to register as tool is not compatible? Okay, why is that not compatible? Is that only compatible with... Is that only compatible with the bigger? Which one was that now? Now I got to figure out which one it was compatible with. That's the 5,000 liter. That's the 10,000 lease combinations. All right, so it's only available with this one, I guess. So I'll spend now 15,000 to get the other wheel loader. Why not? Why not? Alright, so it's going to take me just a little bit to get down to the quarry. But really, I'm just testing it out for myself because I gotta know. It's got one of those things that you just gotta know before you leave here. Oh yeah, I'm probably also going to buy the stone quarry just because I want to see what actually the production is and what that actually does in the map. Just to test a few things out. But let's get down to the quarry and see, does this actually pick up clay or not? And once again, because I've only been down here for like that one episode, I think it was only in the live stream that I was pretty much down here. But to the left, that little swampy area, if you bring a tanker down there, you can fill that up with water. As you can see, my water tanker off in the distance, that worked just fine. And now as we head down to the quarry, you can see the belt system that I used. It is a modded belt, so I'm wondering if the modded belt is doing something weird with the clay, but it didn't do anything weird with any other product I've used throughout FS22 with that mod. But I think this clay is registering as coal. Let's see what happens when I pick it up with a bucket. So yeah, that's not registering as clay. Is that registering as coal? So if I go to easy develop, let me just show you what I'm talking about. So you look at that bucket there. You look at the icon in the bottom right hand corner. That's not what that looks like. But if I go into easy developer mod and I just go, let's see, not straw pellets, red beet parsnips, clay. Let's go ahead and fill it with clay. With the easy developer mod, it looks exactly the same. And now in the bottom right hand corner, that says clay. So what was I filling it up with? Was that iron ore? And that looks exactly the same. So that is actually showing up as iron ore. So let me put that down. So maybe that is the iron ore. Where would the clay be? That is weird. I'm pretty sure this is going to show up as iron ore as well. Or maybe not at all. Nope, that's still showing up as iron ore. So where does one get the clay? That's just regular stone. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Because I know there was a few people that did ask, have I figured out the clay situation? And right now, I'm thinking, no, I have not. And of course, this is going to be just, yep, dirt and soil. So I am not sure about the whole clay situation down here. Not at all. Yeah, someone did also want to see this, and I'm also kind of curious myself. That's the wrong button. Okay, there we go. How much is this place? 97. All right, so I got to borrow some money. So we'll just come in here, and we'll take out a loan. And I'll just take another 300,000 because who cares? 3 years, fine, whatever. And now we can go ahead and buy this. And then we'll go into here, and we'll go down to the crusher. Which, if I put in stone... Boy, this seems overpowered. If I put in stone, and I put in diesel fuel and water, I make all of this material? Well, this would be the way to go, then, in some ways. So if you're playing solo on this map, the stone we saw... You just have to haul, you can haul up about 1 million liters of stone here. Just throw some diesel in, although it's going to take a good amount of diesel, and some water. And you can make all this product here, which then, instead of moving it around and have all the other production buildings to go ahead and do this, you could then, well, you still have the other production buildings, but you don't have to haul the clay, the stone, you don't have to haul it all to the production buildings. You can just put that and distribute and then feed those particular buildings. All right, because I mean, gold requires just dirt, soil, and coal. Does this make coal? This does make coal. And dirt and soil. So just bring a whole bunch of stone, diesel, and water here, and then you have to transfer everything up from the other production building. So clay, yeah, I'm not too sure about that whole situation down at the quarry. Maybe that's the way it's kind of designed. I have no idea. But there you go. You probably want to buy this for $97,000. And just haul stone here. Although the only downside is, that some would say, is that here's your production building, here's the quarry. So yeah, you're going to have to haul it all down here. And honestly, if I were to try this out here, because as we did see on the live stream when I was hauling stuff around, that it weighed quite a bit. Where is stone? Did I go by it? Oh, stone. There we go. And I do believe we got 850 horsepower here. So at 87,000 liters, that weighs a little bit too much to be hauling around for a truck like this. So may want to get yourself a trailer that holds maybe... let's try putting in 50,000 liters. Nope, not 500. 50,000 would do it. So for the truck that we got, 50,000 liters, I think is the max that you would want to go. You can see the front end is still lifting up a little bit, but it's doable. So another mod you may want to get for a map like this, depending on how much diesel fuel you actually got to go through. I mean, there's many mods out there that make diesel fuel. We did one on American Falls with the crude oil, where we made diesel fuel. We did one on East Vineland, where we made diesel fuel. I just want to make sure that regular stone can go in there. You know what? Let's go ahead and put this at 25,000. There, it's more responsive. Just to give you an idea, don't get yourself like a huge trailer and say, well, I got to fill up with a million liters. That's a lot of trips. Get the biggest trailer that you can. Well, just like in real life, this material weighs quite a bit. And getting this much stone off your field, if you got stones turned on, that will help. But of course, not nearly as going down to the quarry and getting the material from there. Yeah, if I knew this building, you know, I didn't test something out, as you can tell by now. If I knew this building kind of made all of the byproducts of the quarry, then I probably would have purchased this building, brought stone over and just done it like that. I almost tipped over here. So, nope, that's where we take the product out. Where does the product go? Does it go in here? It goes in here. I'm not really getting this thing up and running. I just want to make sure stone is stone. If that makes sense. Is that going to not take? All right, I'm more confused than before. Okay, it says stones. We got stones. That is where we're supposed to drop off stone. And that's not taking stone. Well, I will try this over here, but I think this is where the material would be coming out. But the way things are working, I'll give it a try. Let's not try to run into the building here. Oh, the back of the trailer's hitting the building. I'm like, now what am I hitting? I'm not expecting this to be taken anywhere, but nope. Not taking nothing there either, so... Well, I'd be kind of cautious to buy this building, and at this point, I'd be cautious to do a lot of production buildings even on this map that come with it. Maybe I have a mod that's conflicting with what we got going on here. I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, we're just going to go here, and we're going to sleep till the next day until 9 o'clock. Because we got one more field to harvest. And then we'll call the train, we'll sell it, and call it good. Oh, I probably should have returned those leased products, but whatever. We're going to lose more money for daytime fees. And now we'll fast forward here. I got to go to 8 o'clock, oh, sorry, 10 o'clock before I can sleep again. And it might be ready to soybeans, because it all depends on when they planted that field. Did they plant it in the first month? Or the second month. If they plant in the second month, then the crops won't be ready until the following month. And being October, it's going to be kind of, you know, dim, like me, for daylight because, well, we're way up in the northern hemisphere. So even at 9 o'clock right now, it's looking like the sun's just coming up. Is that crop ready for harvest? It is. So at least let's go down and get our last harvest done. Can't leave here with a field that's, you know, ready for to be harvested that we could just skip the time to do so. Yeah, I did like this harvester. The one, let's see, do we have it? I mean, the only slight downfall was the capacity of the grain tank. Not the greatest, but I mean, it's a small harvester. But other than that, it worked out rather well. I guess the other thing, but you know, that's kind of a me thing. A me problem was the auger pipe was just a little bit too low. Or I could say the JCB was a little bit too high. for it just to drive under. I don't think I'm even going to get 1,000 liters of soybeans out of here. If I get up to 333, then we might get up to 1,000 liters. All right, it's going to be kind of tight. You know, put your guesses in. But I think we're going to be kind of shy, actually. Because I don't think that middle pass I'm going to make is as wide as the header is. Got to throw some headlights on here. Is that dim? Alright, so we're at 650 liters. Come on, 1,000. As you can see now, the crop isn't as wide as the header, so I don't think it's going to yield 1,000. Probably going to end up with like 900 at best. Okay, not even 900. JCB, which I left running down here for the past 2 months. It's been running. Luckily, it doesn't use the fuel as if we did past 2 months. It just runs as you are in real time. All right, let's go get these soybeans. We'll bring it down to the train station, and we will just sell all the grain that we have. And we'll have to wrap up the Mythical Woods here. Yeah, so I'm not sure if anyone else is playing on the Mythical Woods. Are you having any issues with the production buildings? Or at least that production building right there as well. Is there a different type of stone and it's got the same icon? Is the stone down at the quarry just actually a different type of stone than the stone I put into the trailer? I may have a double check on that, but that would be kind of not great to have two icons as the same. Alright, let's go down and sell all this stuff. As we know, not the best time of the year. Soybeans is more like June that we should be selling them. May, June. And of course, all the cereal crop that we have should be sold actually in December/January. But I don't want to stay here for the cold winter months. So we're going to sell it now. Let's go sell it right now. Get on the train and go to Elm Creek, where it all started for me in FS22. We were there for about 2 weeks before we went on to No Man's Land. And honestly, I kind of miss playing on No Man's Land. I had fun, a lot of fun on that map, kind of creating our own little communities and creating the map as we did. I could probably do that map with a lot more detail now with all the mods that are now created. Of course, you can imagine when we started No Man's Land 2 weeks after FS22 was out, we didn't have a whole lot to go with, but we had enough to make it look pretty darn good. Alright, let's get the train here. And that should be like right about here somewhere. Right train. 4.7 kilometers. While I'm waiting for the train, I'm going to teleport back over to the truck and see if there's another set of stones I can put in that trailer and see if it accepts it. Well, I don't know what made me think about trying this, but with the wheel loader, filling this up with stones, it takes it. But it's not taking it out of the trailer. So either the trigger is too high in the trailer where it doesn't recognize it, But yeah, so it does take the stones, but not from that trailer. Well, that's kind of interesting. All right, then. Let's get on down here. Our train, has it here yet? Ah, the train is here. All right, perfect. So I should have 3 crops. Wheat, barley, oats, soybeans. Okay, so we actually got 4 different crops. I don't think I can take all 4. I can take 3 of them. Well, there's the barley. We'll take the barley. I think the last 2 are for logs and there's a flatbed, right? So that would take like maybe pallets and such. Yeah, so I only got 3 carts that can take or hold material inside of it. So we'll just take the cereal crop and leave the soybeans there because, you know, we don't have that many soybeans as you saw. Let's close that up. Go to the second cart. All right, no, canola. No, we got oats. Let's grab the oats. And then we'll open up the third cart. And then the wheat. All right, close that up. And let's have a one-way ticket to Elm Creek. Kind of. I can't go to Elm Creek myself. But that would be kind of cool in the future. If you could take a train and go from one map to another. But then again, you know, I guess it'd be just the same as exiting the game and reloading the game. But being able to take, maybe put stuff on a train like this, like equipment, and bring it to your other farm on another map. But, you know, I think that's getting too complicated for things. Alright, so we're going to bring in some cash. I didn't see how much we're making, but it doesn't matter. But I want to make sure we sell some of the crop that we had. Let me jump out. And we should get a notification here in just a second. Do I have to stay on the train for it to sell? Okay. I don't want to return the rented train. Well, okay. So you have to stay on the train to sell it. I may have tried that on Silver Run way back when. But it's been so long, I don't remember. So, return rented train? What happens to all the grain? Oh, great. The train is 4 kilometers away. So now I'm curious, is my grain still on the train? But since I returned it, I don't know. Now I got to wait here because now the train, as we saw, is 3.6 kilometers away. So now I'm just got to recall the train just to find out. Okay, the train is back. Is the grain still in there? Oh, it's still in there. Okay. I mean, I would hope it would be. So, this time, I guess we got to stay on the train till we go through the passageway. And then the grain, of course, as we know, should be sold at that point. I mean, I sold quite a bit on Silver Run with the train, right? But other than that, I really haven't used a train or been on maps that the train does not exist. Yeah, Tuscany didn't have a train that I'm aware of. Western Australia has a track with no train. American Falls had a train, but I don't think I used it. So I mean, it's got to be way back at Silver Run where I sold most of this stuff. All right, we're staying in. Yes, sell it. And at least get some of my money back that we certainly have spent. So there we have it, Mythical Woods. So yeah, now we do know the stone production building or whatever, what it was actually called here. Is it Stone Crusher? Stone Factory. Yeah, so it takes the stones from the wheel loader, but not the trailer that I had, and diesel and water. It makes all that material there, and then you can just put all that stuff on distribute to your other production buildings. And as we saw, make a fortune, and that's even on hard economy. Just be careful about putting on selling directly. I don't know if it's the map where I'm not getting the money where it says I should, or maybe it's I got conflicting mods, as I probably could have. Have no idea. Oh dear. But anyways, Mythical Woods, yeah. Interesting, but as we knew coming here that it was going to be a short series anyways, and just kind of hell, I don't know, we'll play in the map, see what happens. And that's pretty much what we did. And we tried out a few things and had some fun. So, as I said, like next week, the last full week before FS25 comes out, not too sure what I'll have in place of Mythical Woods. Won't be Farming Simulator, but maybe ATS or SnowRunner, or maybe I'll have another short game that we can play and have some fun with. But anyways, that's going to do it here from Mythical Woods. If you made this far in the video and you like what you saw, maybe think about hitting that like button. It helps out the channel and the video more than you know. And while you're down there, that subscribe and notification bell as well. But that is where we are going to wrap up for the Mythical Woods. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again, well, probably in Western Australia, if not in FS25. But until then, have a good one.